Good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you again for our weekly English lessons. For this week, from the story called Austin's Amazing Bats, we're going to have another session for reading. It's another portion of reading. It's called Drawing Conclusions. Drawing Conclusions. But let me share the screen with you. Let's see what drawing conclusions actually mean. What does it really mean when we say we draw conclusions? I'll share the screen with you and we discuss. Right. Today, just a minute, please. Right. We're looking at draw conclusions. Active readers draw conclusions or make decisions based on information in the text and their own knowledge. In other words, what we are trying to say here, people who read, active readers are those who read all the time, okay? So people who read and concentrate on what they read, there are some people they read, they don't concentrate, they are not active readers. But the active readers who read to gain something from what they read, at the end of their reading, they make decisions. They make decisions based on the information in the text and their own knowledge. They draw conclusions. So examine your own conclusion as you read. Ask yourself, can I support them with information from the text or with facts I already know? So there are two ways you can make your conclusion. But like now they are asking us, you ask yourself, the conclusion that I have made, do I have something to substantiate them? Can I support them with information from the text? Do I have the facts? Do I have facts that I already know? Or can I support them with information I have from the text? This is how we confirm our conclusions or we draw our conclusions. You must have information or facts from the text based on your own knowledge. I want to read this short story with you. We'll discuss the story and look at the questions. On most summer days, weekends, Tina went to the beach with her aunt and younger cousins. She built sand castles with her cousins and watched the kids carefully as they toddled near the shore. If they waded into the water, Tina held their hands. She taught them to watch out for big waves, and she showed the older cousins how to swim. She also brought snacks for all the children to share. When it was time to go home, Tina carried the youngest cousins to keep their feet from burning on the sand. On the way home, she was already looking forward to the next day at the beach. So this is a short, very interesting story. Let's see the important things in the story. Well, this story, if we will ask ourselves when it happened during the summer period, when it is sunny, when it's very hot. And usually, according to the story, on weekends, summer weekends. On weekdays, don't forget that these kids go to school. On weekends, they have the opportunity to go to the beach. Tina and her cousins and their aunts, they all go to the beach. When they are at the beach, they play with the sand. They build what? Castles with the sand. And they watch the other kids toddle near the shore. They watch the other kids jumping into the water and wading and swimming like fish. Right? Tina taught them how to watch out for big waves. When you're swimming in the sea, you must be careful of big waves. Big waves can easily lift you up and throw you back into the sea, and this can normally cause drowning. Tina showed the older cousins how to swim. Then she also bought them snacks to share. And when it was time to go home, Tina was very kind. She carried her youngest cousins to keep their feet off the burning sun. Because since it is summer, the sun is usually hot and the sand is very hot. So while going home, she is looking forward to the next day at the beach, another weekend, because they go to the beach on weekends. Now let's see. After reading the story, the first box you have to fill is, what conclusion can you make from the story? Like we said before you make your conclusion or make your conclusion valid, or you draw your conclusion, you have to look for what the text say, the evidence. Here we need three evidences to conclude, 1, 2, and 3. And then, what do I already know? What are the things I already know? So what the text says and what you already know will help you to make your conclusion. The first thing is, before we come to the conclusion, I want us to look at what the text says. Let's go back to the text. Let's go back to the text. The first thing that Tina did was to watch the kids, the younger children, carefully. She watches them. Okay? She watches her cousins carefully. She paid attention to them. Then also, she plays with them and teaches the children. Okay? She plays with them and teaches them what to do and what not to do. And the other thing was that she bought snacks for the kids. So we have three things to support the text, from the text: that she watches the younger children carefully, that she brings snacks for them and teaches them. But what do I already know from the story? Okay, we already know that little kids needs to be watched. Okay, and another thing that I know is that beaches can be dangerous for young children. When young children are taken to the beach, they need older people or elders to watch over them so that anything dangerous can't happen. So what conclusion can we make from the story? We can make a conclusion that Tina is very caring and responsible. So I will quickly share the answers with you, though we've discussed what the whole thing is about. Let's see the answers and discuss the questions again. Now, from what we read in the story, I want us to look again at the text. From the text, she watches the younger children carefully. She plays with and teaches the children. She brings snacks for the kids. And what we already know is that the toddlers need to be watched. The young kids there's need for us to watch them. And I also know that the beaches can be dangerous for younger children. So what conclusion can we draw from everything here based on the text, evidence from the text, and what I already know? We can conclude that Tina, from all what she did, she's very caring and a responsible cousin. So this is how we draw conclusion. Just a brief of what we said. We said that In order to be able to draw conclusions or make decisions, we need to have information from the text and from our own knowledge, what we already know. I want to stop this lesson here. I hope you have you had a very good time. It's very interesting. I hope we meet again in another session. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time.